Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tall the Traveling Clad, your sweet Zionist prince. Read the shirt and weep, folks. You can get the shirt down below in the description. Be a sweet Zionist prince or princess by buying the shirt at thetravelingclad.com. Today we've got Tim Pool going off, going buck wild on Candace Owens. I have a lot I want to share about this, specifically because the rhetoric is very similar to what I've been using about this evil cunt for the longest time. But let's take a look at Tim's very emotional, very personal attack on Candace Owens. Let's take a look here.
Candace Owens is a fucking evil scumbag. She is a degenerate cunt. She is burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you fucking told me? She has no security. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer. And all of these fucking conservatives out there that send me these fucking messages have no fucking balls to call her out. More and more people have started doing it. They send me these fucking messages. Good for you, Tim. Good for you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't fucking DM me like I did something for you as you cower, as you fucking cower, scared that she'll put you on her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination, which he's doing to me right fucking now.
Yeah, that was the...
I'm fucking done with these people.
She has security, just not on the level of you.
Oh, yeah, the one fat guy you mentioned with no wall and no barrier in a suburban neighborhood with neighbors. She doesn't give two fucking shits. No one's out for her. She's lying about all of this. You told me you went to her house and she's got a 4-foot wall and one fat guy, and she doesn't give a shit about her security. Meanwhile, I get bullets fired at my fucking property, and I have to go live in the middle of nowhere. And I got fucking strangers coming up to my house in Maryland, breaking in. I got people showing up and beating up the residents who trying to live there. How the fuck am I even supposed to sell this property? And you know, it's all lies. It's all hypocrisy, and it is for the purpose of making money. And she does not live the way other people live. And she claims she liked Charlie, she loved Charlie, and she is burning everything down that he built because she is evil. She is evil. And I'll say it again, this conservative movement is fractured, it's fried, whatever it is. Okay? Republicans are on track to lose the midterms. They were actually trending in the other direction until Charlie Kirk was murdered.
Yeah.
And this is the point, isn't it? The most effective political assassination in history. And thanks to the likes of the vile cunt Candace Owens, she has turned Turning Point into the perpetrators of the crime that was against them. I don't get paid by any of these people. I'm not on good terms necessarily with Turning Point USA. They didn't invite me to their stupid event. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They invited me back after I started criticizing Candace. I'm not going to your event. I'm over all of this shit. The last thing that I need to deal with is a bunch of cowards in conservative media refusing to stand up to her. Megyn Kelly, come on. I appreciate the kind words, but come on. Such fucking pathetic bullshit. You know, and I get people saying, Tim, you know, thank you so much for talking about it. I don't care. I'm not doing a favor for anybody. I'm not doing this to benefit anybody. Nobody's paying me. There's no fucking Russia. There's no fucking Israel. There's just me sticking my neck out and then risking dying for what? A bunch of cowards that don't want to stand up to protect themselves? People like fucking Candace Owens?
I couldn't believe that she put you in the thumbnail.
What a fucking cunt.
Of her piece today.
I'm done.
The idea that she'd imply
done.
that you had some benefit or that you benefit somehow. Like
She benefited. I think she's a Fed, and I think she killed Charlie. No one benefited more than her.
I can't blame the guy. I can't blame the guy at all. You guys know I've never shied away from this. I'm a big fan of Tim Pool. I've been watching him for years now, since he first went on Rogan. And whatever, he sometimes says the most out of pocket things about Israel that are just like plain retarded for how intelligent he is. But I sometimes feel like he's just covering for his own ass. And I get it. I don't expect anybody to support Israel who doesn't have an interest to support Israel the way that I do, which is my whole family lives here and I want to protect my people. So I get it. But that being said, I even feel like if I could be critical of Tim Pool, I don't think he's going to watch this, but in case this video does reach him, I think you've been a bit of a pussy yourself. You would definitely sort of coddled up to Candace the last couple months as well. And definitely the last year. Like, everybody was afraid to touch Candace. But look at me. Look at my track. I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal, but I've been calling her a cunt since day one. I went out of the gate swinging. I called her out a year ago, and she saw the video about the USS Liberty. And you know what she replied? She replied LMFAO after a 20-minute hit piece on her that was very thorough and very well done. She replied LMFAO because she's a psychopath. She's a crazy person. And yeah, all of you motherfuckers have been terrified. And I say the people on the right, and this is, by the way, Charlie Kirk included. God rest his soul. And I'm not, like, obviously, this is not to critique Charlie after his death, but he was a part of this as well. He definitely was never as heavy-handed on her as he should have been before his death. She is a horrible person. She is a terrible human being. She has a demon inside of her, and so does Tucker, and so does Nick Fuentes. They're all cut from the same cloth. These people are not your allies. They're not your friends. They're critique of Israel and the Zionists and Jews and global Jewish supremacy in the world. It amounts to, there is no, when you see somebody reaching down to that level, you know they've been infected with evil. And even the likes of Tim Pool and his crew, which again, for the most part, I really like and I enjoy watching their show. Even them, they fall into this trap of believing that the Jews control this and that. But look at who propagates that material, and look at what they turn into. They turn into the likes of Candace Owens, into the likes of Nick Fuentes, into the likes of Tucker Carlson. These are not good people. And you guys have pussyfooted around their names for the longest time, afraid to say anything and get caught doing anything or saying anything controversial. And the reality is, Tim, and I say this addressed to Tim, this was long overdue. This was long overdue. Because you know what? The reality is, bro, Jews have been calling out and calling her what you calling her now in this clip for a year plus 2 years now. And you know what you guys did? You guys made fun of us. You said, oh, look at these Jews trying to control everybody's speech. And while I agree with you, there's certain elements of specifically Western American Judaism that is just fucked in the head. They try to police everybody's speech. It's bad. I agree with you on this certain element. But when it came to Candace, call a spade a fucking spade, bro. Call a spade a fucking spade. When Kanye West makes a song called Hail Hitler, okay, and she's there fucking riding his cock the entire time, we have a fucking problem. And you should have called it out then. Yeah, but it took until Tim Pool is personally threatened. And I'm sure there's probably a deeper connection here, okay, to whoever shot up Tim Pool's house. I'm assuming now maybe there's some sort of connection to Candace there. It was a Candace fan or something like that, and he's feeling it personally. But you know what, bro? You should have done this a long time ago. All of you, all of the people in the conservative world, in the sort of America First, whatever, MAGA move, you guys all should have dispossessed Candace a long time ago. A long fucking time ago. I talked about this briefly. Maybe some of you guys will be able to connect the dots when and where. But a couple months ago when I was in the U.S., I was invited to this very crazy meeting that I couldn't believe I was even invited to with some of the biggest internet personalities that are at least sympathetic or straight up pro-Israel. And it was a very intimate meeting with some people I couldn't believe I was even having conversations with. And we were talking particularly about the grift of Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson and what we are supposed to do as Jews to defend ourselves in the online media space from the lies and the allegations that they throw at Jewish people, not just at Israel, at Jewish people. And the meeting, I think, came out pretty inconclusive. I mean, there were good conversations. I thought I held my weight in the conversation better than most people there. Maybe I have a bit of an ego in that conversation, but I spoke about Mizrahi Jewish culture and Arab Christians that should be used as a pedestal to help us in our cause, and Christians generally having to use Arab Christians and the plight of Arab Christians all over the Arab world to propagate this correct messaging against the likes of Tucker and Candace. But it's amounted to nothing. But even then, this is almost a year ago now, probably. Yeah, closer to a year ago now, a little bit over a year, or a little bit over half a year. These conversations were happening in the Jewish world, in the Jewish space, in the pro-Israel, pro-America unified space. Were they happening in Tim Pool circles? No. Were they happening in an Alex Jones circle? No. Were they happening in were they happening in Matt Walsh's circles? No. I don't know what you guys expect. I don't know how long you can kick the can down the road. This seems to be sort of the trajectory of the right always. And I don't identify on the right. but you guys kick the can down the fucking road over and over again. You have an inability to deal with problems that are in front of you. Candace Owens is a problem to your movement. What's the solution to Candace Owens? It is to make fun of her, dispossess her, push her down to the ground. Not mute her. You don't mute her. You don't cancel her. That's a mistake that Jewish people do all the time. You attack, not physically, obviously, verbally. It's the same thing with Nick Fuentes. The same thing with Tucker. You attack. You attack. You take from them. Take from them their audience. Mount them and take their audience from them. I have only so much power as an individual. I'm just one small Jewish creator in this space. I mean, I'm growing beautifully, but it's still very small, compared to all these other giants. You guys have the power to go in, attack, destroy her reputation, and take everything from her. Legally, it won't destroy your reputation. Yes, it'll risk your life the way that Tim... But here's the thing, and here's why I feel qualified speaking about this. I'm a fucking Jew. My life's been risked since October 7th. Since this whole shit popped off. And you know what I was doing before October 7th? I was a fucking travel vlogger. I made travel videos. I was a hippie. I wasn't political. There was no political commentary on my channel. I didn't even really talk about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict that deep. So that's how I know. My security team is the fact that I have to live in Israel. I'm proud to live in Israel. I'm happy to live in Israel. But that's my security team, Tim. I don't have to have a security team because I live in a country that protects me. Yeah, where people don't want to kill me. People aren't going to dox me here. People aren't coming to my house in the middle of the night to attack me. Yes, I did move and I'm keeping that location completely disclosed now just for extra security measures. It's it was very important because I was too willy-nilly with where I lived before. Now I'm going to try to keep it way more of a secret. But still, that being said, okay, I don't have to think about the security team, but I took that risk upon myself because I believe in what I'm talking about. So nowadays, probably can't take a layover in certain countries. Probably can't travel America the way that I used to. Probably can't even really live in America anymore. You know how many death threats I get from America every day? But I accepted that shit upon myself. I said, you know what? That's a part of the deal. That's the exchange. I got to live an incredible life for 10 years traveling around the world. I had to cash in my check and say, yada, this is it. This is life now. You make better money, but the risks and the stress and the death threats, it's way more. Tim Pool, you are one rich motherfucker. You have made a lot of money. You are very successful. You are very powerful in this space. You have the ability, if you weren't pussyfooting around the topic, to tear this evil demonic woman down, and you have a responsibility to. And you have a responsibility to take other people in the space. And this isn't, I'm not saying for Israel now, but you have other people in the space who believe in you, who love you, who would follow suit in you, or whether you like it or not. I know Tim doesn't really see himself this way, but you are a leader in this space. I personally look up to you in a lot of ways. It is your responsibility to go out there and destroy this woman's credibility. You can keep gathering around in Timcast IRL with your quirky friends every single afternoon and chat about it for 20 minutes and then move on to a different topic. But you know what, brother? She put you in a fucking thumbnail yesterday. I saw that before I went to sleep, and then I woke up to this clip. That's fucking war. That is an act of war. She put you in a thumbnail. That is the death threats multiplied by 10. That is the threat on your life multiplied by 10 now. What are you going to do about it? Now, I'm not saying violence. I'm just saying you need to have a conversation with yourself and say, you have responsibility in space. There's a lot that you can do yourself. Are you going to take the step to get some shit done for real? Because you know what, motherfucker? I'm doing it. And I'm small, but I'm coming. I'm going cutthroat against all these retards, one by one. I don't think you're retarded, Tim. I think you're a smart individual. I think you're a little afraid of what's about to come. But guess what? Dude, you're going to learn this whether you like it or not. Candace Owens is propagating, and Tucker also, and Nick Fuentes is propagating the ideas that Islamism is to be tolerated in the United States of America. You don't agree with that, and we both know that. That little coalition of those three retards, they propagate those ideas. Motherfucker, you are going to feel this, whether you feel it now from Candace or in 20 years or in 10 years when your kid feels it, because there's a mosque blasting the azan outside of your house. or because a Muslim, God forbid, comes up and shoots your place because you're not tolerant of radical Islam in America. You're going to feel this shit. And Candace, Tucker, Nick, they're propagating those ideas. They're disseminating that to the American public and making that idea more accessible and more toleratable by the American public. You got to pick or choose, brother. This is war. This comes back. I criticized you with the Israel-Iran U.S. war recently too. You sat there. You said, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved in a foreign war. These people have decided that they are committing war against you. Whether you like it or not, whether you consent or decide to engage in the war, a war is happening. That's what happened to me on October 7th. That's what's happening to you now. The question is, Timothy, what are you going to do about it? Are you willing to fight, or are you going to cower in fear? The war has started against you. You can ignore it. You can keep ignoring it. You can push it away. But guess what? It's a war, and you're involved. They're threatening your life. What are you going to do? It's the same thing with the Iran-U.S. war that just happened, or just when the U.S. bombing Iran. Iran, the Islamic regime of Iran, is threatening America, threatening American citizens, threatening your way of life, saying they are going to end you, calling you a cancer. War has begun against you. What are you going to do? Are you going to do something about it, or are you going to just talk? That's where I leave you with this. I agree with everything that Tim said in that clip. See you guys next one. I love you long time. Please support the channel. Goodbye, class.
Has this ever happened to you? Hey, are you a Zionist?
What is this hesitation? You think Judah the Maccabee was hesitating when he's fighting for Israel?
Here, take this. You think Queen Esther hesitated before stopping Haman from ending the Jews of Persia? Well, hey Habibi, you think Herzl thought he was a white colonizer as he Zionized the Jews of Europa? Listen, kid, I don't care if you're a Muslim, a Jew, or a Christian. You're a Zionist, right? Yeah. Well, a good Zionist goes to thetravelingclad.com and buys some provocative merchandise. They do? Absolutely, a bitch. I have some incredible designs for you, Yellen. They say everything promised to you 3,000 years ago. Here, take a shirt with a matching hat. For you, good price. They say they kick you from 109 countries. Here, join the 109 club. Take shirt and matching hat. For you, good price. Habibi, you want to Zionize? Here, take shirt, matching hat. You like Kuba Select shel Safta? Here, take shirt, matching hat. Take sticker, take hoodie. Take, good price, take, good price, take, good price, take, good price, take. Yossi, achi, he understand you, stop! A good Zionist goes to thetravelingclad.com and buys merch. Yalla, Habibi, for you, good price.
If you don't want to buy any merchandise, the best way to support me is by donating on Buy Me a Coffee, my PayPal, or becoming a member on my Patreon. Your support is very much needed and very much appreciated. Thank you.